Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to another Friday Share a Beer. This is for September. Can you guess what day? It's the day. You know what I'm saying? It's September the 8th, man. Friday, September the 8th in the United States, at least right now. Some people are in the future right now in Australia and so forth, but right now we are in the present right here, and it's still Friday. It'd be kind of nice if it was Saturday, but nah. Some of us still like to enjoy the Friday. You know what I'm saying? Um, right now, I am having a Walmart beer, man. I'm having a Round Midnight Belgium White. Okay, from Trouble Brewing, which is Walmart's label. 4.5% ABV. And tell you the truth, this is about all the information you're gonna get on this beer. You go to Untapped. Um, and I'll show you the Untapped page right away. 14,000 ratings on here, 570 in the last 30 days, two by me. I'm responsible for two of them. Actually, let me refresh that because I just logged this beer, so I'm responsible for three of them now. Okay, there we are. 14,000 ratings in the, okay, 571 in the last 30 days because three are by me. 5.4% ABV and 3.24 bottle caps. I think I gave it a 2.75, something like that. Oh, ran right here. Yeah. 2.75. There's me right now drinking that beer. So it's classified as a wit beer. It's, all these beers are, just nice, easy drinking, sessionable, very, very sessionable, affordable beers. So, hey, Lance, what's up, man? So that's why I picked up a 12 pack of them, and you get three of each of the flavors. And so I'll put the link in there in case Lance wants to jump in. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Not a problem. But so that's the beer I'm having. I have tons of stuff. I could do this whole show all my own. Trust me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm flying solo. It's all good. Now, see, here is the Comica microphone that I got. I got it yesterday, but it came in the mail yesterday. But I mean, I couldn't quite get it. So I figured I'd open it right here. I was gonna do an open box video, but there's enough of these open box videos, so I'll just do it right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here. So some of the features. Okay, so this is. Okay, let me show you. All right. So this is my This is my SLR, right? So my 7D Mark II Canon. Boom, baby, boom. All right. Be coming up here with that N-word, man. Yeah, you know what N-word. Nikon. Don't be using that word around here. I don't like the N-word around here, man. Don't be saying Nikon around here, bro. Canon, baby. Anyway, hey, what's up, Jonas? Jonas? Or is that wait. There's a way to say that, right? Am I not saying it right? Anyway, this is a shotgun style microphone that'll go on top of your hot shoe. This is your hot shoe of your camera here, where your flash would normally go. So you put it right there. Now, this is the CVM V30, the Comica CVM V30. The features of it are super cardioid polar pattern, right? Okay. Low self noise, low cut filter, super anti interference, I'm sorry, and a special design for excellent shock absorbing, okay, packed with a windscreen and wind muff. Now that I liked about it because you didn't have to buy that separate. Cold shoe design with a 1/4 inch thread at the bottom. So I'll go and crack this bad boy open, and that way, anybody that's remotely interested in vlogging or you just want to record your kids and you already have an SLR or something, whatever you're doing, maybe you're looking for a microphone. So I'll show you what all comes in this box here. We'll just do this here right here on the darn Friday Share Beer, and then you have an idea of what to expect. Yeah. So here's one of those wind deflectors that they're talking about, which is a nice feature, man, because then you know most of them make you kind of buy these sort of things separate. So it's nice to so you get an instruction booklet. Okay, looks like this is a warranty card of some sort, right? And then here's the microphone. So you get the microphone, comes out here, comes with the attached cord and two AAA batteries.
That is
Which,
one huge mic.
yeah, it looks big, but it's not really that big. It's a pretty standard, you know, shotgun style microphone.
Now I have a question. I know you probably did some research on this. Like I looked at a Rode, right? But I didn't want to pay the price.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly.
mean, like you probably research is pretty good. It's supposed to be a good mic.
Yeah, it's actually people are buying this one instead of the Rode because it's so much cheaper and you're getting pretty similar quality. It's why some of the I only literally watched 2 reviews. The one guy was so thorough on it, I was like, all right, done. I'm ordering because it was $44. It's $43.99 on Amazon. So it was like, why mess around? They said that the V30 is the upgrade from the V10, which and the V30 is the one that a lot of them had been waiting for because of this feature. They had been waiting for this 10 dB boost.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why it's powered now. So now that it's powered, you get that nice 10 dB boost, and which is good for Canon users specifically because when I'm hearing, I don't know a lot about video, so I'm learning all this stuff. But what they're saying is you need that extra boost for the audio for Canon cameras.
Okay, now I will say this. I have a Canon R50. That's my daily driver when I do reviews, and I'm not using a webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Canons, a lot of people might not know this. You have to film indirect, meaning you can't film it direct with your hard drive. You have to tape it first, then move it. Now that is a huge issue with the Canons. Is soft and quiet sound. Now I had the cheeks. I'm using my Blue Yeti right now, which is not recommended at all. So this might be a really good option for me because when I'm mobile, I have this cheap $35 boom mic, and you can tell too. I do some serious audio editing with that.
You put the batteries in right here. By the way, you can keep talking. I'm just trying to show people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like obviously it's the old saying, you get what you pay for. But right. This might be a really good option for me if I don't want to buy a Rode or, heaven forbid, a Sennheiser at $600 flipping dollars. You know, and that's a used one, by the way, not a new one.
Yeah, that like I said, I literally just checked out 2 videos and I was like, okay, good enough. The one guy was so thorough that I was like, he gave sound test and everything and explained everything really well, and I was like, that's good enough. And the other guy was booming it. He had it just above his video like this, and he was booming it, and he boomed it a couple different ways, and he did audio tests like this and kind of like this and tried to show you what it sounded like from the side, and it's very directional. It is definitely best sounding this way, so it's directly at you. So, and then what's nice is when you mount it, it has this nice shock. Let me put it on the camera, and then it has this really nice, built-in shock absorber. Let me raise this up a little bit, and we'll put it on here, and I can give you a look at what that's like. But see how that is? It's just
okay.
So any little vibration or anything, you see how I'm shaking the camera a little bit, should be absorbed mostly, probably not all, but mostly by the mount here itself to keep everything down, and then it just plugs right in here and we're good to go. So we'll see. I don't know. My camera happens to have a headphone jack and a microphone jack. So
yeah, so do mine. Mine's a camcorder versus yours is an actual DSLR.
Yeah. So the one dude recommended just having it flat. Let me take it back off. Let me see. Unplug it and take it back off, and I'll just be able to show you easier. Put my camera away. So the one guy, you have the flat, and then the, I don't know what all the lingo is for this stuff, but the one dude just recommended leaving it on flat and then put it on the in the middle position, which is for the 10 dB gain. You can see the light came on now, so
Okay.
that's the power. The other guy that I watched his video, he said he accidentally left it on for like 3 days and didn't realize it, and then came back to it, and he said it was still working. He says the other powered microphones, when you leave them on, like you've only got a few hours of battery life.
Oh yeah, you do. I had an audio tech that was like that. That was a lavalier mic, so I'm just understanding exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, so they said the battery life was good. Plus, there's a lot of inexpensive stuff coming out these days, electronics, that is every bit as good as some of the other stuff.
Well, absolutely, especially like what we do as far as audio. That is so huge. It's one of those ones to where I spend more time editing down audio than anything else now to make it easier. I'm all for it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward. I probably won't be able to make a video today with it, but sometime this weekend for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I have a few reviews that I want to get going on, and I'm really curious to play around with this thing. So and especially since you can kind of boom it. I liked what he did in his one video. Hell, I might even use it off camera here. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of boom it like this and see what we get, or just boom it like that.
Now, is that a directional mic or omnidirectional? I'm assuming it's an omnidirectional.
Now, omnidirectional would be all the way around, right?
Correct.
No, this is very much directional.
And it's directional. Okay.
Yeah, very much so. It's very much a boom mic, a shotgun microphone. I mean, so from what I understand, the shotgun microphones are pretty much like that. Like a lot of them are, they like to be like this versus versus this mic that I have. I always have it right here off camera too, but I just haven't been using it. But this one seems to sound to me better from the side, but it can pick up sound all the way around, but it does seem a little bit richer and fuller from the side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And this was another inexpensive microphone. I think it sounds okay, but I think a few more dollars invested would have been worth it on this deal here.
Now, which one is that one? If you remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Let's see here. The Clarion. What is this? Wait. I don't know. Florion. Yeah, Florion.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Okay.
I don't know what model, but it was a very inexpensive microphone that was decently rated. It didn't get the highest ratings, but it was like, hey, if you're just getting started in this would be a good microphone to figure out what you want after that. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, yeah, it's like, I've been doing this for a while. I was like, yeah, I got the Blue Yeti. I'm doing stuff like this. I'm going to show you here because I had to order a part for it, and I dropped it on the floor. Like, I started basically with a Rockville microphone. This is actually my other lavalier mic. So it's like, and this is a lot of problems. It's one of those ones to where there's only one channel sound that I got to duplicate the sound. It's a big mess. I like it otherwise as far as sound.
Right. Let me see. I just want to quick hello to Giannis. It says big fan. And then Chris says happy Friday. And he had saw the Tuesday show after the fact and heard Bum talking about the Black Butte in Erie, and he wanted to tell him that he found it in closer to Pittsburgh. So
we're talking about Erie, PA, right?
Right. Yeah, he had made a trip down there. So for those that when you have to take this cover off, and so you take this one off, and then you could put this other one on. What do they call this? They say like
it's called a windscreen.
A windscreen, but they have a nickname for it, right? It's like a cat or something like that. Or...
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but the technical name is called a windscreen.
Yeah. So you put this one on, and this is more for wind and all that sort of thing. So it blocks all that noise a little better. This seems like it needs to go on a different way or something. What am I doing wrong?
No, that's the way you put it on. It's just
okay.
They're all naturally loose like that.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Because it has another hole down here. It's a pretty big one.
I have no idea on that one then.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's
unless it's like you have like light wind Might be an accessory for that, so to speak.
Oh, it says insert here.
Oh, insert there. Okay.
Well, what? Huh? Now
I
I'm
don't
confused.
know, man.
Maybe I should look at the damn directions. Maybe that's why they gave you directions, right? And of course, typical dude, you look at the directions afterwards, right? You're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
we're males. We'll figure it out, you know?
Right? Yeah, because I'm like, what the, huh? What? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get in all that. But anyway, this darn thing goes over that. Yeah, and this blocks most of the wind and stuff. I don't know. Maybe this can go. Maybe if you put it with this on there, then you could just put this over that. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
it'll.
that's what it is. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it's got this big ass hole right here too. But I'll figure that out later. But it does seem like it should be a good solid answer for my audio issue with recording. And for $44, I figured, man, I couldn't go wrong. Like you said, I think the Rode was I don't know, 150 at least.
Well, that's a brand new one. I think the used one is still $90. That's just a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you can, I mean, I do the same thing with my battery grips. This is a third party battery grip. The Canon one is a lot more expensive, so I save money on battery grips, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I think this grip cost me, I don't know, about the same, $40. I know the Canon one is, I think, 200, something like that. So, and they do the same damn thing, And I had my other battery grips for, I don't know, 7 years, something like that, and they work perfectly fine. They failed me a couple of times over the years because I do use them a lot. I use my other cameras a lot, so uh, far more than I have this one so far. But this seems like a good solution. I'm really happy. I just unpacked it. I mean, I haven't used it, but I'm happy with the price, and hopefully it works as good as the other guys did. I'm sure it will. But
Okay.
So have you had a chance to get some of these Walmart beers yet, Lance?
Outside of the Rockdales, that's one you're referring to, right?
Rockdale's.
I don't know about that particular one.
Yeah, I had. Let me see. I've had the. Let me see. Trouble. Let me see. Because I'm forgetting all the names of them right now. I have their pale ale right here, which is the After Party Pale.
I have not had that one yet.
Okay,
and that
yeah.
one sounds rough.
You know what? Because I've had them all before a couple of times already, and they're all pretty decent, sessionable, affordable beers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't speak horrible about them. They're not awful. They're better than buying any of the big boys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they're a little more craftier than trying to get something that's represented by even like Michelob or something. But
okay.
They're as craft as a big beer could be.
Oh yeah, being Walmart, you only do so much.
Right. But yeah, they have Cat's Away IPA. They have After Party, which is the pale ale I just showed you. The Red Flag Amber, and then the Round Midnight, which is the one that I'm finishing up right now. And they're all roughly 5 point somethings, 5.3 and 5.4. They have decent flavor. There's a look at that wit beer right now.
Okay.
It's a nice cloudy kind of wit beer. It's not bad. It's really not. It's I don't know, what did the 12 pack cost me? I want to say $12.
Well, that's not bad things. I remember having the Rockdale Light, and that was like $3.65. It's like they have something better. I might, even though I don't go to Walmart very often,
right?
I might at least investigate it. If it came, I might just do like a marathon of all four.
Yeah, I mean, it's what gets me to the Walmart as often as I do. I mean, I don't go a hell of a lot, but I'll at least probably go once a week. you know, and it's the damn Oreos. I'm always looking for new Oreo flavors. And so since I was down there the other day anyway, I was like, well, hell, I'm gonna get me a 12 pack of that beer, because I've got so many really really good super crafty beers, and lately, man, I'll have a couple, and I literally just want something I can crush and not really think about, you know what I'm saying? And
Oh, so basically you want a daily driver then?
yeah,
Basically
yeah,
what you
yeah,
want.
yeah. It's nice to have a nice Ferrari, but you don't want to cruise it around all the time.
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
no, no, like the big boys. Like I drink that at night. I mean, that's my daily drive. I drink one or two of those right before I go to bed, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
So,
don't care what it tastes like. I'm just trying to go to bed, help me sleep.
so what are you drinking now? Are you drinking a home brew? What do you?
Actually, no. This actually popped up today. This is from the Rochester Mills Brewing Company out of Rochester, Michigan. This is the Windy Worlds Collide.
Okay.
This must have just hit. This is not even on their webpage. There is nothing on it. I mean, zero.
Okay, so when the world?
I mean, unless it pops up on Untapped, I just saw nothing on it.
Are you kidding? Untapped has it.
Does it? Oh, okay. Their
When?
official webpage doesn't even have it.
Yeah, no. What? No, and not only does Untapped have it, but watch how many they've got. Untapped
What the
is,
smeg?
yeah, look at that. 1,264 ratings on here, 100 in the last 30 days.
It was added
6%.
back in March? Wow.
That's crazy, huh? And 60 IBUs, 3.74 for an IPA. Let's see. When the Worlds Collide is an American wheat IPA. So it's an American wheat. Okay. That combines the hoppy goodness of an American IPA with crisp bread light zing from an American style wheat beer into one very tasty unfiltered beer that's out of this world. Exclamation point, out of this world. Featuring Chinook, Centennial, Cascade hops from nearby top hop farms and all American flaked and malt wheat. Enjoy the haze. So this is in Rochester Mills Beer Company, and they're out of Rochester, Michigan. Okay.
Yes, this one popped up out of the blue. That's why, okay, I don't really buy the can, but this particular can sold me. And it says, and I'll rewrite what the can says on the can. It says, brewed in Technicolor. That's what sold me.
Let me get another look at that can, because the label from Untapped looks pretty cool.
Like, this is the can here. I don't know if you can see it or not from
Yeah.
my angle. But I was swinging around here.
And that's just, is that a big hop?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay.
And I swing it back around the other way. And that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, this can's a keeper. I've never seen this till today. And I was talking to the guy at the grocery store this morning. He said it literally just popped up this morning. So this can is definitely a keeper.
Now, what got my attention immediately was the top.
Yeah, these wide open tops, they were actually outlawed forever. They got outlawed in the mid-70s, and they got not unreleased, but I can't get the name of it right now. They started allowing them remaking again about a year and a half ago. But a lot of breweries don't use them yet, only because there's sealing problems. Even the Crowlers that uses has problems, if I remember correctly.
Because I like that top. There was a brewery that had made a beer, and I think it had the pull top on it, like the old school kind of the pull top sort of deal. Where you and I didn't pick it up because there was other beers that I wanted to buy, and they were pretty darn pricey. So I was like, yeah, let me just leave that one alone. I'm already hitting my limit on my beer budget. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I understand that.
But that is cool. So when you open the top, that whole thing just pours right out.
Oh yeah, it's it's straight up old school, But it's like me, like something like this. When I'm doing a review, I don't like drinking it straight from the can anyway. But something like this, I mean, if I was online right now, I'd probably drink it from the can. But it's like you get so much flavor this way versus the small hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those. It's one of those weird situations. But like I said, there's sealing problems.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want that. Now I've seen where they've got a new style of glass where they have basically it fills from the bottom.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have you seen those? I've only
Yeah.
seen articles about them, and they basically have a, well, just like you showed, like a thing, a little cap or whatever that goes on the bottom, and that lifts up as the tap goes into the bottom of the glass and fills it from the bottom.
Oh yeah, like the bartenders I talk to that actually experiment with it, they hate it. They straight hate it.
Why? Why is that? It seems like the way they market it, and the way the articles that I've read are saying that it's actually better because I guess from the weight of the glass, it knows the size of the glass and it automatically fills and it allows the bartender to do other stuff. So
yeah, but the problem is there's cleaning problems with that. That's why they hate it.
Cleaning, like how?
Because you can't dunk it in the big sink.
Yeah.
You can't do it that way.
Why not?
Because their complaint is they have to stick it on something like you're filling it up, and do an inverse rinse. So it's more.
It almost seems like it'd be easier. You know why? Because what they're saying is it's great for marketing. Because like when you go to a bar, for instance, those things that seal at the bottom are removable. They're temporary. They're throwaway.
Yeah, but they're saying it's actually more work than what it needs to be.
Okay, so,
I mean, maybe it's the bartenders I've talked to experiment with it.
Yeah.
Like maybe over time we can revisit this when it's more available.
More out there. Yeah, I would
I know
love
quite a
to.
few bartenders.
I would love to ask questions of someone that's actually, like you said, like one of the bartenders has actually used them, because I don't have any knowledge, but I have a ton of questions. You know why? Because to me, it seems like a great idea from a bar owner or even from a bartender, because you're dealing with a big hole in the glass, and it just seems like, boy, it'd be easier to clean, because now it seems like you could just take that and just really, instead of having to deal with a glass that has a bottom, now you have a pretty damn good size hole on the bottom. Maybe it's a little bit of a chore to put that plastic, like, puck, if you will, back in the bottom of the glass to reseal it. I don't know how that works, but it almost gives you, for every beer you have, it almost gives you a little like a little disc. It's almost like having little bottle caps.
Yeah.
That you can take home, and they can put whatever they want on them, almost, like any sort of marketing that they want.
Correct. It's like a commemorative glass, for instance. Yeah, I'll pick one up. I'll never use it, but I'll pick one up. But it's one of what I see you're saying.
Yeah, because it gives you. It's almost like having coasters from the bar. Now it's another kind of collectible that you could get. And Mind and Muscles in the chat as well, and Mr. Tuborg, right? Is a big fan of the Mighty Neck. What? I'm afraid to even ask what the Mighty Neck is, man.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, I don't know what kind of road he's going down with that. When I saw that.
That one's the what? Yeah, I'm not. Because I can ask a million questions about that, and I'm not going to. I'm gonna let that one go.
Yeah, my mind went straight into the sewer when I first saw that when I was talking to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one go. I do have some stories we can damn sure hit.
Beer news stories?
Yeah.
Now, I have one myself. I was going to talk about tonight on my general chat, but go ahead.
So Miller Coors tries a new light beer. Now this seems like, it's Miller Coors' answer to Lime-A-Rita. So they're coming out with a new light beer called Two Hats, and it's competition. Let me see. The brewer, which announced the launch Thursday on its corporate blog, describes Two Hats as a line of clean finishing light beers brewed with a hint of natural fruit flavor that is aimed at 21 to 24-year-olds. The varieties will come in light lime and pineapple. The brand contains 4.2 ABV and which matches the content found in most light beers.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about this, and Thomas Ryan joins us.
Yeah, Tom, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Now, I would say this. Now, I was in the store this morning. Now, Labatt's got a lime beer out. I saw that. So, but that's a little bit different story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's what you're saying with Miller Coors. They're going at that Budweiser crowd. You know, at the lime-a-ritas and the straw-ritas, whatever it's called. That's what they're going after.
Yeah.
Now, my big fear is it's going to be like a Budweiser when AB InBev. It's going to be too carbonated. Those are the big fear of stuff like that. And they're going after that. I hate to sound like this, but the girly crowd. There's a lot of who drink those things. The pineapple one, no interest. Because like I'm thinking like when I think pineapple beer, the first thing I think is Four Loko. The very first thing I think of.
Really, Four Loko? Yeah, I literally.
That's disgusting.
That Four Loko never even comes in my mind. I don't even. I have to admit, I don't think of Four Loko about anything really.
I had one sip of that at a party and I was done. You know, that was bad news.
I have to admit, other than being at a bar, I've never been at a private party where they even had Four Lokos. I don't know.
At 14%, you know, like one sip. I wanted a small Jello shot of it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm cool, man. That was gonna be bad news at the end.
I think you need new friends, bro.
Oh, thanks.
If you know people, if you associate with people, you have to start evaluating your friends. It's like, wait a minute, my friends have Four Loko.
Well, their justification was 79 cents a can. You know, that was their justification.
I can remember the first buddy I went to. He invited me over to have some beers. You know, I had just met this particular neighbor at the time. You know, we're all kind of meeting each other, and literally we had just met, me and this cat. I mean, we had literally had 2 conversations. And he's like, "Yeah, you come over, have some beers," and he had like Old Milwaukee Light, and I could not stop ripping on the guy. I was like, "Are you serious? I thought you had beer, dude. Like, who are you? You're my neighbor."
Old Milwaukee's one thing was Old Milwaukee Light. Damn. Old Milwaukee, I can justify.
Yeah. No. Wait. It was Old Milwaukee Light, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, the great stuff, right? I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. You know. But yeah, I rode him from. You know what I'm saying? It was, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I think you're gonna have to move, dog. I cannot have neighbors that do that sort of thing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, man. You know, so yeah, that was I loved to poke fun at that. But you know what? I think I don't know how well this is gonna go. Lime-a-rita is one thing. Most of them are 8-ounce cans, I think, and
yeah, if that they're not even a pony can. I think they're smaller than that.
Yeah, I think they're. I think they are
6 ounces. I think, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
it's 6 or 8.
Yeah, 6 or 8 ounces, but they're all 8% ABV. So, and that's one of the big 21 to 24-year-olds want to get drunk. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They want to get drunk, and it's one of the reasons they are attracted to Lime-a-Rita, because it does have 8% alcohol. So
too carbonated for me. But I think Thomas wanted to say something. I think.
No, they sell the tall cans of the Lime-a-Rita, right?
Yeah, they had the
24.
Yeah.
They do. I've never seen it. Thank God.
Oh yeah, no, they're next to Four Lokos. Are you kidding me?
I don't want that into the show. That's probably why.
Yeah. But I have noticed at the grocery store, at least, that whole section now of those fruity beverages, I'll call them. I mean, they're really not. Even though, hey, Limerita, Limerita Nation, man. No offense, man. You know what I'm saying? But they're
Now I have a question. You shop at Fry's or Albertsons?
fries. Yeah.
Fry's, okay.
Yeah. Both actually is. I think there is Albertsons out here still. Yeah. And we definitely have we have both. Yeah. Cause I remember I've heard other guys talk, there's not Albertsons in my area, but I have Safeway in my area, and that's, owned by Albertsons, but,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Hell, I lost my train of thought, but I'm just curious on how that's going to go with, it doesn't say the size in here though. Let me see. Maybe
I mean, you have the picture, right? You at least try to eyeball it.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Actually, no, pull it back up on the screen for a second. Maybe I can try to eyeball it.
It doesn't have that sort of thing on there, and then if I make it bigger, the picture's so small that.
I'm thinking it might be a pint. Looking at that,
that's 16 ounce.
It might be.
Right? No, wait.
That might be a pint.
We'll hit next year market early next year in 16-ounce cans.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it is a pint then. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. 16-ounce cans is right there. Yeah. I wasn't looking at the obvious. I'm still looking at the can. Duh. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's right. It's right in the article. You look at the can trying to figure it out. That's my fault, guys.
I'm so busy staring at the can. Where is it? I don't see it anywhere. And Tom's the only intelligent one. Hello, idiot. Right below there. See, it's 16 ounce. You just made it like this big on the screen, But so anyway, I thought that was an interesting piece of beer news there. So, hey, we got Tasty Midget in there. Let's see, Murphy Stout and Watch Raiders football is where it's at. Dark beer.
Hey Joe, you must have loved seeing the Patriots get beat yesterday.
I didn't get to see the end. I saw up to the third quarter, and then I had to go to work. But no, I'm not as much of a. Man, I do like to hate the Patriots. It is kind of fun, but it was when I checked on the score later on. It was kind of fun to see that they lost at home. That's what really got interesting, because they lost so bad at home.
Yeah,
I mean, to get
they had that. The Chiefs had that one kid that ran. All he did was run the whole game. That's
his first NFL game, right?
Yeah, I guess he broke the record for the most rushing yards for a rookie first game ever.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the most combined rushing and yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Rushing and receiving.
That's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, I forget his name, and they were showing. I did see the part of the game where they showed his time compared to the latest World Finals track, where Usain Bolt was running in that meet. And he was like right up there with some of the greats of the world, some of the fastest men in the world. He was right up there. And that was his time from high school.
His first touchdown, I think, when he got thrown a pass.
Kareem Hunt.
He just bolted past him, and he was gone. It's like there was no stopping him.
P. Dono or something? He says Kareem Hunt, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Whoever has him in fantasy is pretty lucky.
Yeah, whoever did pick him up, yes.
Very lucky.
Did he have 3 touchdowns? What did he have?
No, I think the guy for us had 3 touchdowns. I think he had 2 touchdowns.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Crazy yardage. But hey, he's making a name for himself. Just don't get injured.
Damn, I should have got another glass. There's some sediment at the bottom of this one. I didn't realize that. This is that. Have you ever had any? Tom probably doesn't bother with such peasant things. This is the Walmart beer.
I don't get Walmart beer out here.
Oh, really? In your local Walmarts, they don't have the beer?
I mean, the only Walmart that sells liquor around here is like 45 minutes to an hour away.
Oh yeah, no, I would. I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Especially with all the damn good stuff you got around you. No, I wouldn't go
Yeah.
that far. But you know, and me and Lance were talking. I mean, and you've heard the conversation in the past a bunch of times as well. You know, sometimes you just don't want, you know, like you have so many good crafty beers, and sometimes you just want something you could just crush.
Mhm.
And I just got off work now, man, and I you know, I'm like, lately I've been really wanting just some good sessionable beers that I don't have to think about, not super complicated, you know what I'm saying? And this definitely fits that bill. And it's like, I don't know, $12 a 12 pack, something like that. So
Yeah, I just usually bring nice beers on. I don't drink that kind of beer all the time. You know what I mean?
right.
Like bring a nice beer on here and drink.
Yeah, sure.
Nice beer.
Yeah.
Why the
So I'm
hell
going to
not?
have their after, what they call the after party pale ale. And I love pale ales, and this one's a really good representation of a pale ale, man.
Hey, where's the brewery out of? Do they have like?
I think there's that contract brew in Milwaukee. I think that's a contract brewer they use.
Yeah, and yeah, it's something like that. I don't know, Rochester or.
I'd imagine that person that's contracted is pretty happy.
Oh yeah, you got to be kidding. Yeah, because they were. I don't know how well they're doing now. See, on the can it says Rochester, New York.
Rochester, it says brewed from, or it says that.
Yeah, brewed and bottled by Trouble Brewing Company, Rochester, New York.
I'm familiar with Trouble Brewing. Okay, so you'd be all right then.
I think I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them.
So, but there's two different Trouble Brewings, and I had found that out the first time I reviewed these beers. But I mean, look at that.
That's nice. That's nice dark color there. I like that amber color.
It's a great color. The head is not even close to being as white as it looks on screen. That head is really nice and tan, actually. Really light carbonation. I don't know if you can see that carbonation coming up through the glass there, but it's really light. And it just, you know, and right now it's kind of mixed with that sediment from the wheat, you know, that you know, Belgian white, but so it's not quite as representative as just having it in a clean glass. But oh yeah, what is this? Padano says 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing. So yeah, he did have 3. Yeah.
I think it's the Ball State guy. I got to look that up. I'll look it up later. He's a Mac guy that did that.
Oh,
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Tasty Midget wanted to know who. I guess he doesn't. Right. Yeah, and it just so happens my darn blanket is off right now. It's sitting over here in a little wad over there. I was chilling over there earlier a few days ago. Actually, I still haven't picked it back up. But no, I'm a Rams fan. I'm a diehard LA Rams fan. Well, you know, used to be LA, and then now they're St. Louis, and now they're back to LA again. So I'm a diehard Rams fan. I was born an LA Rams fan, and now I am again a LA Rams fan. So that feels good to say. Yeah, and I've always been an SC guy. I've always been SC football and the Bruins basketball. I've always liked UCLA basketball and SC football. But yeah, those are definitely my teams. And then everything LA. So it's the LA Rams, Dodgers, Kings, and who else am I missing there?
The Patriots.
Yeah.
No, the Angels. It's the Angels.
Yeah, no, not the Angels, man. What the hell is that? What's an Angel now?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Orange County. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just threw the LA name in there for the hell of it. I don't know what the hell that was all about, man. Oof.
How do you feel about them moving around so much? The Rams. They went from St. Louis and they went to. Well, they only moved once, right?
Yeah, they moved to St. Louis, and they actually moved.
They were in Cleveland originally.
Yeah,
then they moved to St. Louis.
Yep.
Then to Los Angeles. Then to St. Louis. Then back to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it pretty accurate. So, what is this?
Moving around. Big
Hamas, what's up, Jody? Can you review Brooklyn Lager? I thought I had a Brooklyn Lager review up there. It's an old one, but I think I reviewed that one. That was one that a viewer sent me. Gosh, years ago. Pretty sure I reviewed it. It was decent back then. I have since had Brooklyn Lager because now I'm in a state where they carry it. Back then I was still in New Mexico, and we could not get any Brooklyn Lager. But here I can, and I've revisited it. I've had a couple of 6-packs since I've been here in the last year, actually, and not so much, man. I have to say, I'm not.
Let me see if I can get any smoke in this baby.
Let's see, man. Okay, here we go. Yeah, where is Neary, man?
It's my first one from the brewery ever. I've never tried anything from them. It's a Gypsy Tart.
Gypsy Tart. Okay, let's see.
Oh
no! Look at all that smoke! Oh!
Holy crap!
Oh, man.
Oh my god!
Oh, that sucks, man. He had a good one going too, man. You know?
Man. Jesus.
That's hilarious.
That had some
What I miss?
So that looks like, what is that, Brewery Turdol? Is that how you say it?
The Gypsy Tart?
Yeah.
Jesus, that had some major smoke. It just wanted to come out.
Yeah, it was just
Sides.
you had actual Neary smoke and blew it. You had actual Neary smoke and blew it. Yeah,
he's probably watching. He's like, shame.
He's giving the. I don't know why I think Neary has a Russian laugh, because he doesn't, but it just sounds better for some reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
I love that kind of laugh. It's excellent.
Do you like sours?
Now I'm gonna have to. Now in the past, no. But now I've still got that prejudgment from a couple of years, well, even more than a couple of years. Gosh, I was still living in Albuquerque last time I had a true sour. And so you're talking now over 3 years ago, at least, probably 4 years ago at a minimum. So I'm going to have to revisit it. There's a lot more sours now. They're doing a lot more different things than just making another sour cherry beer. You know what I'm saying? So
it's nice to have after you've drinking a lot of IPAs and your palate's just worn out, and get something that can just like replenish your palate a little bit.
Yeah, I like that description too, because your palate can get, well, it's exactly what I'm talking about with getting just some session beers, because, you get kind of fatigued. You just get kind of.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I know a lot of people that drink exclusively IPAs, and they're just beat up on them.
Yeah.
That's why I told you, like what your guys are saying, is just move it around.
Yeah.
You like have different things every now and then, just to keep your palate fresh.
Yeah, I do want to emphasize though, man, if whenever you can, please drink out of a glass, man. You are not going to get everything you should be getting out of a beer.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna get full faster because all the carbonation.
Yeah, exactly.
One little spot, no carbonation getting released.
Right.
But some beers are better when I feel some beers are better when you drink in the can than when you drink in on tap.
Better how?
No, like you ever got a beer on tap and it wasn't as good as when you had it at home.
Oh yeah, no, that happens, and the reason that can happen is because they don't keep those taps like they should. They don't keep them clean like they should. You can get a real stale taste from a tap if they don't maintain it. I used to get that, quite frankly. I like Marble Brewing out of Albuquerque, but when they first opened, now they were the sister brewery to Chama River Brewing in Albuquerque. They were supposed to be the bottling portion of Chama, really. So a lot of their beers, even though they had a different name, were the exact same recipe as the original from Chama. And the problem I would have with it is when I would get their beers in the bottle, and at the time they were only available locally, but I could go get a 6-pack of their IPA, let's say, and it'd be delicious. And then you go down to the brewery and you're like, oof, what the, you just get like this, like wet rag taste.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And it's just from lack of maintaining those taps. Now, when you would go to Chama River, oh no, I mean, it's every time now, you know, and but you pay for stuff at Chama. Chama has high prices. That's no doubt.
Well, like I said earlier, you get what you pay for. You know, you're
Yeah.
gonna pay high prices. You get quality, people will pay.
Yeah.
But you can go to some breweries, and some breweries aren't that expensive. You can get a nice beer for $6.
Oh yeah, you know, I didn't mean to imply that. It's just that Chama is a different, you know, it's a different experience at that brewery. Everything's a little more high end. If you get the food's definitely more high end. Definitely. There's more of a business crowd there. There's a lot of business parks and stuff, so they get more business type people in there. So everything's a little bit more higher end. You know what I'm saying? Versus at Marble Brewery, it's more towards downtown, a little bit lower income type of place, and so you know, they don't even have a kitchen. They have kind of what Zach says he has, like you know, they had food trucks that would line up over there. They had a really cool, awesome, like outdoor stage area, and on certain days they would have bands come and play. It's just a cool place to hang out on the patio.
Just think it's half full. And
look at you.
Look at it! Look at all that head coming out of that.
Yeah, look at that, man.
Horrible.
That's easy pickings. So I'll just leave that one. I mean, it's just too easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, this is a joke there, but I didn't even go there. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lance. It's like, you know, it was just too easy. It's out there, you know.
Jesus.
Tasty Midget. Let me see what he said. Why don't you move to LA if you're pro LA? Oh, no way. No, I'll never go back.
Actually, let me answer that question.
I'm from Los Angeles, and I go for LA. Last year I even had Rams season tickets, my friend. That's how diehard I am.
That's commitment. That's commitment. Living in Phoenix.
I had Ram. Well, you got to think this is my 10th year having Cardinal season tickets.
Wow.
And I've only been here 3 years, so I traveled here most. That's how diehard a Rams fan I bought Cardinal tickets to see the Rams once a year here in Phoenix.
And I would say this: I lived in Phoenix myself, or at least in the Valley. It's like you got to understand something with that in the chat. That city, excuse me, is from where everybody's from somewhere else, especially in the Los Angeles and the Midwest.
Yeah.
And you, Joe, you know that. You've been there long enough.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where everybody wants somebody else.
I'm only a couple hours from LA every night. I another almost 2 hours, about an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm in LA every night. You know.
Oh, you're past down the hill. You're past Palm Springs. Damn.
Yeah, I go into Southern Cal every night. I mean, I just got back from there right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I do. So it's.
How long you come there? What's a work day for you, there and back?
I put in 12 hours.
Oh, all right. So
that's a typical, sometimes 14, but it's you know, my typical night is 12 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
But let's see. Chris says, haven't had many pumpkin beers. Now, yeah, it's pumpkin season, baby. Now, the minute Starbucks says pumpkin is on, it's on, right? You are not getting away from pumpkin now for a while. Right, and so what did he say? Haven't had no charge many pumpkin beers. Most recently, I've had Sam Adams 20 pounds of pumpkin, which was okay. Has anybody else had that?
I've had it. It's like it's all right. It's not great.
This year,
I wouldn't do a review on it if that's your question.
I had it last year. It tastes like pumpkin. It wasn't the best. It wasn't that great. Yeah.
Right. So that you're agreeing with what he said basically. Blockhouse Brewing in Latrobe, PA wasn't very good. Way overspiced, he says. Yeah, I
still think the pumpkin is one of the better ones, even though they don't use fresh pumpkins anymore. Or if they do, I don't know if they do. It's still pretty good though.
I have to side with Greg. Now, one of Greg's last reviews of pumpkin wasn't very good. And I revisited it again last year, and I wasn't that impressed with it either anymore. And I have to admit, I'll buy it again this year and try it again. Just the single though.
Hmm.
That's the good thing is you don't have to buy a bomber even anymore. Now they have the 6 packs, and so you can get a nice little single of it and be good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me see. I have a Southern Tier Warlock in the fridge that I plan on drinking this weekend. It's a pumpkin stout.
I've seen that one.
I've had that. I mean, that particular one is the taste of the beholder. Now, I've had it, and when I had it, you gotta drink it ice cold. Bottom line, that's one of the ones you have to. But with Southern Tier, what I noticed with them, you pretty much gotta place it with a meal to bring the flavor out. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Maybe it's just me.
I think I had that at some. I don't remember having it, but I think I had it at some point, maybe on tap.
Now, see, Earth knows me pretty well, and he's saying Joe's going to want Belching Beaver's pumpkin spice milk stout.
Oh Jesus, it sounds delicious.
I'm telling you, man, Belching Beaver, they've got me sold. That beer, I'm telling you, man, that peanut butter beer was so good, man. It was that was. I'm telling you, man. And who said it too? Someone commented. Who was it? It might have been. It was one of the regulars for sure. I don't know if it was Earth maybe or somebody just said commented in the thing there and said, I think I just watched Joe make love to a beer. Like, yep, because that beer was good, man. That was good. Absolutely. I've already had to fight not buying it twice already just because there was other beers that I need to try. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping I'm got both fingers crossed that I can get to that Rogue beer this weekend. I'm actually dying to try that Rogue beer.
Now, which Rogue beer is this?
I haven't even looked that up on Untapped. I'm like so weird about it right now. Let me see.
Well, like, give me the name of this. Just do it blind, you know.
It's the Rogue Rolling Thunder Imperial Stout, aged 9 months in Rolling Thunder barrels.
Nice.
It's the 2017. Here, I'll show you the picture. Let me open it
I
up.
wish I can do that one. I really wish I could.
Now, let's see.
Now, is it an Imperial or Russian Imperial?
It's an Imperial.
Okay.
I'm a little weird about this beer, so I won't even look it up on Untapped yet. I
love that bottle.
I want to go into it just, you know what I'm saying, all pure. But I've got bottle 93 out of 209.
Wow.
So you got a low number. So you really want to crack that bad boy?
Yes.
I fear I ask.
I'm dying to try it. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if you had like 93, 94, I say crack 94 and keep 93 on the shelf.
Yeah, that beer is a little pricey. So,
have you tried the Black Butte yet?
I haven't tried any of those yet.
Oh.
Any of those 4 I haven't tried yet. The Black Butte I'll get to the last because I've had so many of them that I mean, I don't know if you were watching me back then, Tom, but Deschutes used to send me beer. So they would.
Yeah, I think I've been watching you since like 2010.
Oh, okay. So then you know that. I mean, Deschutes used to send me, all their beers, and so, but they wouldn't send the glasses. There was other guys that I knew that, they sent them beer too, and they would send them the glasses as well, and the whole kit and everything, and I would just get the beer. Damn it! But hey, can't complain, man. Sierra Nevada sent me beer too. That was awesome. So that Rogue one, I am dying to get into. I really am.
What size is that? 22.
It's a 2-pint, 1.8 fluid ounce.
So 2.16, 32 ounce. So basically a bomber then.
You're gonna need help drinking that.
Yeah.
Well, if not, I mean, what's the ABV on it?
14.
Oh wow.
Oh, dude, you're not a shot glass? What are you doing?
Now they do recommend a snifter, so I'm gonna have to. I think I've got something that could be a snifter. So I'll try that. You know.
Actually, my advice to you is like take a shot glass and fill a third of the way up. Same thing.
I got it.
Just take a shot glass. You got a shot glass laying around.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I can get into one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I can. That one for sure, though. I'm really dying to get into that one, man. That one and that Eclipse, man.
It's the
That,
pop up, right? So you can open it and close it, right?
yeah, so I can open that one,
Or real
and
quick,
then you've
close it.
got the flip top. So once I pop that bottle cap off of it, because it's got a regular cap on it, then it has the flip top that I can secure on there. And with the flip top, I'm pretty sure you can get almost a month out of that bad boy. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I would treat it as like a growler. You know, I mean, you can. I mean, I wouldn't have a growler for a month. I would say like a week.
no, my flip top growlers, I'll go a month.
Really?
Oh
So
yeah.
Keep
we
in mind out there's no humidity, so keep that in mind.
the flip
Well, 2
top,
weeks at least. 2
the flip
weeks
tops do keep carbonation better, I feel, than the twist-ons.
so let's say if I just take maybe half right away and leave a good half in there, then I'll be good for a while. You know what I'm saying? But if I like, the less you leave in there, the less time you have.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
I wonder if like you can like put CO2 in the bottle and then cap it, and then if it will,
I mean, there's stuff out there that you can. I've done with
think it would-
soda, with beer. I've never tried it.
Yeah, I think it would change it. I don't know. Oh yeah, I am kind of done. Okay, let's look it up. God damn, it's killing me. I was trying not to, but
there can only be so many reviews on it, right?
yeah. Well, this year's version, yeah. Rolling Thunder Imperial Stout. Barrel aged. Yep, it's barrel aged rolling. Oh, this is Dead Guy. Which one is this? This is.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that bottle would probably age impeccably.
Oh yeah, it's like that's some of the ones where like if we get a single bottle, I'll just sit on it to the last possible moment.
Okay, yeah, this is the same. Yeah, and normally I do age beers, but man, this one I'm just dying to get to. So this is this year's version.
Yeah.
Look at that, 197 ratings on here, 143 in the last 30 days.
Wow. So think about it though. How many bottles were produced?
I've got 93 out of 209.
So you have one of the last ones.
Really? Yeah.
Right?
That's what it says. Like you should have bought two. Is like kept one for show and the other one to review.
Yeah, it's when you think about it, yeah, because there's 197 are already cracked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because someone or at least someone logged them and didn't necessarily drink them.
Yeah.
But let's see here. So the age 9 months Rolling Thunder barrels released July 21st, 2017. So that's just since July 21st.
Mm.
So people are dying to just crush this thing, man. Mark says hi, man. He's driving on I-57 in Southern Illinois. Right on. Hey, Mark, what's up? So yeah, so it gets a 4.2 rating, man. 14% ABV, 55 IBUs.
That's a strong ass beer, man.
That's what it says. Like something that you have to sit on for a while to get stronger and stronger. Do you necessarily have to drink it? You know.
That gets a very high rating for how high in alcohol it is.
Holy crap! Look at that. He got 97. I got 93. So our bottles are pretty close. Oh, and he got barrel. It looks like he got barrel 9 of 40, and it looks like I got 10 of 40.
So they could all taste, like some of them could taste differently, right? Because different barrels, like
different barrels, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would actually have to find someone with the same barrel. Dude, this guy looks like he's at a bar.
Yeah. Unless it's a BYOB, I mean.
Maybe, yeah.
It could be like he has his own home bar, quote unquote, and doing it that way.
Oh, he got 15.
Oh, he paid the price. Trust me, he paid the price.
He got bottle 15.
I don't even want to ask how much he paid for that because I know stuff like that doesn't go cheap.
Look, this guy has a familiar look, doesn't he? Like I've seen him in a TV show or something, doesn't
It does.
he? He's got like a real familiar look, man. He he looks like like I've seen him on a TV show or something, man. Yeah.
That looks like such motor oil when I see it.
Whoa! Bottle number 2.
Now that one you do not crack. I'm sorry, you don't crack that one.
You don't crack that. I gotta admit, if you got bottle number 2, oh come on. I'm even surprised that one's out there.
Wow.
I'm not gonna. If I had your bottle, I wouldn't crack it.
You guys are making me think twice about it now, man. Oh
No, I understand why you want to for review purposes for all of us. But I'm thinking of like from a preservation standpoint.
yeah.
I'd read some reviews on it first, and like if it's really hot right now, I'd let it sit for a little bit and then drink it.
Yeah, especially bourbon age is like with the bourbon coming out, it's going to increase in alcohol down the road.
Yeah, if it's really hot, I would let it sit.
Let's see what they're saying.
Oh, absolutely fantastic! You have to drink it.
That was quick. Yeah. One review, the first review that said anything about it, and he was like, absolutely. Oh, yeah, you got to drink it. Look at that. It's surprising how nobody's saying anything about it. They're giving it good ratings. Magnum bottle, Magnum beer.
Well, it might be one of those mutual.
Oh, okay. Here you go. A bit hot still, but otherwise nice bourbon profile with a bit of smoke.
It might be okay.
Oh.
I might say this as far as reviews on Untapped.
You know, I
got a situation to where like they say, you know what? If you can get it, but we're not going to say a word as an unwritten mutual, unwritten or unspoken mutual agreement. Let you figure it out if you can get it.
It's funny how many people comment on smoke. I always pick up on that stuff.
I can tell that beer is going to give you major smoke. That pop tops, man. Oh,
yeah. I love flip tops just because they're like stuff. It's like mixing gear with beer. Like anytime you can do something mechanical with your beer, you're like happy. See, like look at the rest of these. Watch, like let's see here. You know, huh?
That beer's from Costco?
No, not Costco.
Oh, that guy said he got it from Costco.
Oh, he got his from Costco. Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, he did get his at Costco.
It's something about Costco.
No, I got mine at Total Wine. But yeah, see, anytime you can see like this beer and this beer from Sierra Nevada, I like those too. Cork beers where they got the thing and you got to untwist something, take something metal off of it and stuff. And any beer when they have like metal and you have to flip it and everything, and you're like, yeah, boop. You know what I'm saying? It gives good smoke. Yeah, you're like, yeah, I can get twice. That's almost like an Asian beer, right? Twice smoked beer right there.
Yeah, be careful with the cork. So you got to be a real cork, not that fake nonsense.
No, that's a real cork right there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some corks like it breaks off and you got to fight with it. It's in where you're drinking. You got to filter it out. One of those deals.
Yeah.
Corks are weird though, because like some beers with corks are supposed to age it sideways with the beer or wine on the cork.
Yeah.
So the cork doesn't fall apart into the beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corks are weird.
It's a big mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Tasty Midget's got the same idea. He's like, yeah, if I was you, I'd just crack that rogue open and savor the orgasm.
Actually, you know what? Here's my suggestion to you, Joe. If you're going to do this review on this particular brew, I do an outright live review. Outright live one. Don't even pre-tape it.
Just do it live on air there. Huh? Yeah, Mark's saying drink it.
Yeah, so everybody knows it's unfiltered, nothing like that.
Yeah, you know, for me, it's like I would be like, because I have never tried it, right? So, and if they make it every year, I don't know that they do, but if they do, I'm getting kind of a sense that they do. Let me see here. Is there other variants of it? I don't know.
Like, did you just get? Is that one of those? It's one of those beers that you got really lucky that you bought it, right?
Yeah, I just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And at Total Wine, they have this section of just seasonal beers, and you had better go there every time you go. And the Total Wine that I go to, in the seasonal beers, they have another section of just must buys. And when they say must buys, they're expensive. And if you can afford it, get what you can. You know what I'm saying? Because they're limited release beers. They have like a special little, and that's where it was. And I said, "Ooh, when does Rogue make something like this?" Is what caught my attention. The bottle alone catches your attention, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then when it's numbered like that, everything you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just dying to try it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Earth says, yeah, he almost bought it last year, but he didn't.
that's like the same with the brewery. The beer that I'm drinking, the brewery that makes it, everything they sell is like $20 plus.
Snap!
This was under $20, but everything they sell was like $25, $30.
Yeah, I think that one was 30. That one might have been 30 bucks.
But I have done before, yes.
Yeah, and he says, what's the point of buying beer just for show? A beer that quality needs to be drank. Yeah, but at the same time, though, they need to be aged. But my only thing with this particular brew is that I haven't had it, so I'm like wanting to have it fresh, and then I'm more willing to age it the next time I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so if I happen to get it again next year, then I'm more willing to just age it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, everybody's different when it comes to that. It's like, far as like aging, like I'm a bourbon guy, right? It's like bourbon, you have to age to bring the flavor out.
Right.
So it's one of those ones to where with beer, and this in your particular situation, you have to age. You almost have to age it to bring more flavor out. With bourbon, you have to age it. So it really depends on the situation. So that poster, I understand what that poster is saying, but it really doesn't apply depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah.
It matters to what beer you're drinking, though, because different barrels to different beers, base beers, they mesh differently. So different beers are hot, different beers aren't as hot.
Yeah, and you know me, I really geek out on these barrel-aged ones, so I'm looking forward to researching all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to researching all that stuff and then bringing all that information to you about this beer because I've just never had it, so I'm super fired up about it.
The one beer I want to try, I've been seeing it lately, is the worldwide. I have a worldwide stout aging, but the oak aged worldwide stout with vanilla.
Ooh,
You guys get that out there?
Mm-mm.
We have that
in Ohio. I know for a fact we don't.
It's like $12 for a 12-ounce bottle.
No, I know for a fact we don't get here in town.
But it's that I always see it. I should grab it before it's all gone. It's one of those beers like people don't want to buy it because it's so expensive. But
let me switch gears a little bit because there's something I want to talk about before we have to close out here. We're running a little over here, so I want to get to it really quick. The suit that alleges Kona beer is duping drinkers can proceed. So Kona, Hawaii, a federal judge has shot down a bid to throw out a lawsuit that accuses distributors of Kona Brewing Company of deceiving customers into thinking the beer is made only in the islands, saying that Hawaii is a state as well as a state of mind, Reuters reports. Federal lawsuit filed in San Jose, California says consumers are paying more for the beer because they drink it because they think it comes from the islands. This part is a trip right here. In the following, in allowing the suit to move forward, federal judge Beth Labson Freeman said, when adults want to escape the mainland, they can go to their local grocery store, purchase a package of Kona Brewing Company beer, and feel as though they are transported to the beaches of Hawaii. This case is about the importance of where that beer is actually brewed. That's from the judge.
I find this ridiculous.
To me, it seems like they're getting ready to get hammered. It says Freeman also argued, this is the judge, argued that the Hawaiian address, the map of Hawaii identifying Kona's brewery on the Big Island, and the statement, visit our brewery and pubs whenever you are in Hawaii, are specific and measurable representations of fact that could deceive a reasonable customer. That's the key, my friends. Deceive a reasonable. That is the key word right there. A reasonable customer.
So my question would be like, if I'm looking at a bottle, if I look at a bottle of Kona Brewing, I can flip the back of the bottle and tell me exactly where it's being brewed at.
Yeah. And I think they do that on purpose now because of this lawsuit. I've noticed that for sure. Because in the past, and I think this was before their acquisition, right? Their partnership with Craft Brew Alliance, but they were pretty much only putting their main headquarters on the bottle. But now I noticed when I got some Kona just a few weeks ago that they have all these other additional addresses on there. They have New Hampshire, Oregon, Tennessee, and Washington State. They have all those organizations on there.
But isn't it about the branding? It's not about where it's made.
Yeah, this is this could set the tone. I mean, you look at, and this was also named in that piece, in that article, how they use, Hawaiian themed everything. And there's nothing on here as far as the complaint is saying that would lead you to believe that it's not made in Hawaii, that you are made to believe that it is made in Hawaii, and some in a lot of cases it's not. And so this could actually change a lot of things for a lot of craft breweries.
But I don't know about you, but when I buy a beer, I don't drink it to act like feel like I'm somewhere else. I drink it to feel like I'm here, experiencing it here.
Now this is an interesting lawsuit, because now that's an interesting thought, because now when you have Guinness, do you not think of Ireland?
Yeah, but but you should be able to put anything on your bottle and not have to worry about it.
Because that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, okay, how far do you go with that? We've got, Guinness has a brewery in Canada, don't they? A contract brewery in Canada.
Yeah, and whatever they're doing down Baltimore too. So yeah, they had one up there and one you can open down there.
They have some sort of contract brewery or some sort of deal going on. And what about you have other breweries? Well, hell, Budweiser. I mean, they have plants all over this darn world, right? I mean, how far do you go with that? Like, what is that all? And how they have their beer labeled America. So is someone in Europe going to say, "Hey, man, this beer was made right here. It wasn't made in America"?
Yeah, I had no idea. No idea. None.
That beer's labeled America. What, you know what I'm saying?
In my opinion, if you really like the beer that much, you'll go on their website and find where the actual brewery is.
Yeah.
If you want to search for it, you'll search for it. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to talk about it, to be honest.
It's definitely an interesting lawsuit, because in since once a judgment is reached in it, I mean, this suit, you thought it was going to get kicked out, or I thought it might have a good chance of getting kicked out, but no, the judge is saying it's okay to proceed with it. So she shot down just like they said, the bid to throw out the lawsuit. So
it's a saying you can only advertise on your bottle about what you're surrounded by.
Well, we'll find out. It's going to go to court now. They were trying to get it, I guess, on Kona's side, they're trying to get it dismissed. And so now it'll have its day in court, and we will find out soon enough. Mark says the islands are a state of mind. And Tasty Midget says, I could care less if a beer is from the islands. If it tastes good, that's all I care about. I kind of think that way too. It's all about the fantasy of where something is from, right? Like I think there's beers that have labels on them that represent nothing about where in the hell the beer is from or anything like that. It's a fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you're kind of
Mhm.
selling the idea of a fantasy in a lot of cases. Yeah, I buy their beer. I don't know. I don't necessarily think Hawaii per se.
I honestly never think of Hawaii when I buy their beer.
You
To
know,
be
I but I guess to the layman, maybe, they're like, okay, Kona and everything on the beer label is Hawaii, and they're saying Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii.
who's trying
And
to sue them?
yeah, I don't know who the lawsuit is from.
Who picked up a 6-pack of their beer and was like, you know what?
I'm
Time to sue these guys. You know
going to
what
sue these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that?
like, why? Why do you need to sue them? Let them do, like, I don't know. It doesn't make
Now, how
sense.
far does that go? Now, okay, now how far that to me, that's my question. Okay, let's say this let's say the complaint, the person that filed the suit wins. Let's say he or she wins the lawsuit, and it's agreed that they deceived the public, right, and deceived the consumers.
That's that.
So, hey, Zach, and so how far do you go with this? Can you sue Budweiser? Can you say, hey, they're owned by what is it, a Belgian company? I mean, hey, their can says America. They're not from America. What the hell is this?
Yeah. Can I make an Irish
Can,
stout?
can you sue Guinness? Can you sue BrewDog? Hey, you're brewing your beer in Ohio now, man. You're supposed to be from the UK. What's going on here?
Yeah.
How far does this go, Zach?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kona Bruins basically getting sued because people think that their beer is made in Hawaii, but it's really not made in Hawaii, and they get perceived that their beer is like from Hawaii, and they have the Hawaii feeling of when they drink it. And
Yeah. So
no,
you've probably heard of that lawsuit, and so Wednesday, the judge threw out the whatever to dismiss the lawsuit. So in other words, the lawsuit can proceed forward with going to court. So now it will be heard in court.
what do you win?
I just don't care.
Yeah, what do you win? Okay, now you got to put stuff on your bottle.
And
Even
they
I,
in,
do. They have literally all these. They have all these on the last bottle I got from Kona had Portland, Oregon, Woodinville, Washington, Memphis, Tennessee, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It literally had all those locations on the bottle.
I just
what,
don't know. Because that's like saying, like, oh, well, you can't brew a West Coast IPA if you're not on the West
yeah,
Coast.
Yeah,
yeah.
now what's up
What
with
about
that?
this stupid ass New England IPA?
That's exactly okay. New England. Okay, now let's say Santan Brewing makes a New England IPA. Hey, you're not. I thought this was a New England IPA.
Yeah,
You're
just
you're in
because.
Arizona. What the hell is this?
Yeah, makes no sense.
I'm gonna sue InBev, right?
Well, even IPA, that's indie, like an IPA. So if it's not from India,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a dot Indian beer. What the hell?
You know what happened? It was someone that got an old beer on the shelf. They were a little salty. They had a bad day, and they sued them.
That's what that sounds like.
Right? They got an old beer.
Yeah, that Chris says, I think the person who filed this wants the same thing anyone wants with the ridiculous lawsuit of quick payday. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but what do they get paid? I don't understand. You're suing somebody for what? No,
I don't know.
it's not like you're suing them for money. It sounds like you're suing
I
them
really don't.
with a feeling.
well, did you bring up the news that InBev laid off 400 people from the high end yesterday?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So all of just from the high end. So all these breweries they've been acquiring, they just laid off 400 people.
So like a lot of white collar workers. Then it sounds like.
No, that high ends, they've been buying all different kinds of breweries, and then they have a branch that's called the high end. So what they consider their high end Wow, they actually have pictures of the lawsuit on here. This is actual. And let me show you. Sorry, but this is actual. Look at that. This is the actual filing.
It's a legal brief then. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it looks like a law firm. So it was the Wand Law Firm right there.
No other country in the world would do this. I swear to God.
Yeah, and specifically this was in California, so there's a lot of other states that wouldn't mess around with this. California is one of those places where that goes through. But no, I didn't hear this, Zach. So how 4,000 you said?
The link right now.
Huh?
I'm sending the link right now.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear that. That sucks. Let me see. No. Yeah, so if you want to read anything, there's 54 pages. You can have at it.
Wow.
Yeah, you can read all the specifics of what they're wanting because it'll be in there.
Wow, this was yesterday too. Wow.
So it's whoops. What happened here? Oh, man.
I'm still confused by it, but I imagine if you read it, you might be more confused.
Yeah, it's let me put this on a different.
Well, it says according to ABM that it only affects 2% of the 18,000 North American workers. That's what it says.
2% of 18,000. What's that?
It's according to 380.
380. That's still a lot. That's a lot of people, though.
It's just it goes into more of what we all thought when they were doing these buyouts, and when they claimed, "Oh, we're going to keep everything the same. We're just trying to help these guys out." No, they're buying these companies to buy a brand, and they're going to shut these breweries down eventually.
Oh, so they're firing the people that own the breweries, brewing at the breweries.
From what I understand, it was mostly sales.
Oh, all right.
Because now you have your ABM Bev rep.
Yeah, you have tons of repetition, so it's
you have a distributor rep.
Yeah.
And you have, you've got 3 and 4 people going into one account, which kind of becomes too much.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's 2% of InBev's 18,000 American workers. I know my company has about the same amount of workers, and we just recently laid off a bunch of people as well. So it's those things happen with big corporations all the time. I don't know that I'd get too upset about 380 out of.
It's more that it came just in the high end.
Oh, the big guys.
Yeah.
It came only to breweries that were being acquired. So Budweiser didn't lay off any of their plant workers. Anybody that makes Bud or any of that. Only the people that are selling.
So are they gonna put more workers from AB InBev into the jobs that were laid off, so they can have someone advertise their beer?
No, I think we'll just let these companies go shit. They bought the brand. They got what they wanted. They expanded their shelf space. Their plants are so big they can brew these beers. They don't need those breweries to actually even exist.
It's like Wicked Weed. That was a humongous. They bought Wicked Weed, right? AB InBev.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was humongous for them.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because some of these beers are available in places now where they never could have dreamed of.
Oh, yeah.
And now because they're under that blanket, they're able to be out there now. It's really tough because as they're kicking out some of the smaller breweries for shelf space on some of these shelves, you are seeing room being made for some of these high end division beers. It's a tough call, but I know that there's a a slowdown happening. A lot of layoffs, and a lot of people are out of work, kind of all over the place. So I don't know. I know they have been reporting cuts. Some of this stuff is a tough call too, because You know, as am I. We are in contract mode right now, and a lot of stupid stuff happens around contract mode. You know, when these companies have to go to the table and start negotiating new contracts, and a lot of innocent bystanders get cut, and you know that's what's happening with us right now. You know, the companies need to be coming to the table and negotiating new contracts, and these are the type of things they do. I'm always suspicious with stuff like this because, especially when it's a low number like that.
Well, it's a low number when you look at it as a total, but if you look at it from the high end, it's a very high number.
Mm-hmm.
But it says 90% of the sales force is just let go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, the
So,
management Satan
Budweiser-
themselves kept their jobs.
Yeah.
But the Budweiser employees, the AB InBev employees, all kept their jobs.
Right.
But what the point is Four Peaks doesn't. That just took jobs from Four Peaks.
Yeah. Sales jobs.
There.
You know.
I mean, 90. If you're talking the high end, which is whatever, 12 breweries now. You know, they're 90%. So.
But it's just like you said, and they did make it real specific that it's 90% of the sales force. And when you have a lot of redundancy in a company, in the management specifically, your sales guys are used to being cut. They get cut all the time.
No, and I understand the move, but what I think people need to understand is this is not Budweiser increasing those brands like they said they would. That is them taking over the brand.
Mm.
And, you know, it was always that, oh, these breweries are going to stay independently driven. They're going to do this and that. You know, it'll be, I give it 2 years before Four Peaks doesn't even exist.
Oh, let's not say that now.
Yeah, well,
if you look at guys like Goose Island doesn't even have the brew pubs.
Really?
Goose Island has shut down all of their stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too carried away, Zach, with Salesforce because, man, they just get cut all the time.
But I'm seeing it happen firsthand.
I mean, 90%.
These breweries are not that are part of the high end. They're not being brewed at the same breweries. They're not staying. This was all part of the Budweiser plan, was to infiltrate onto the craft and get some of these big guys kind of out of the way or pushing. If you go into Breckenridge, who I'm good buddies with, they're brewing multiple different breweries' beers now. Vanilla Porter is not even brewed at Breckenridge. It's all brewed in Fort Collins.
Really?
So this is just part of the chain reaction. And I see a lot of these breweries, you're going to see the brand still exist, but the breweries go away.
Well, we'll have to see because I know you've stuck to your guns on that now for a couple of years, and I haven't seen much change. The only change that I've seen is we're able to get these beers now in a lot of places that we darn sure couldn't.
Well, there's proven evidence that none of the Goose Island beers taste how they used to.
Well, and there's a lot of reason for that, right? You had, I mean, look at that. And since Goose Island's a good example. You haven't seen takeovers like that by any of those big acquisitions, by any of the big breweries anymore. That was like the main example of how they didn't want to do business. You know, they didn't.
I think it was the same deal that Breckenridge and Wicked Weed and Elysian and Four Peaks got.
I think that's part of it. We were just talking about a lawsuit a second ago, and I think that's part of that whole thing too. You know, Kona has that partnership now with that Craft Brewery Alliance, which allowed them to be brewed in many different.
Well, these aren't partnerships; these are 100% ownerships.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but you know, now Kona I mean, we're talking about people, like Tom and so, say, oh yeah, I have their beers all. Well, I mean, you couldn't do that before.
Yeah, but there's something to be said when you replace all the barley with corn, and that beer doesn't taste what it did when it was originally brewed.
Well,
Or you're
to
adding
me,
chemicals that are in, hot tub solvents to decrease the foam, and it goes to say, I mean, quality of ingredients. Yeah, you can't do it when it's that high, but an American macro is mostly corn and rice based.
Yeah.
You put corn and rice into Sam Adams starts using corn and rice. Yeah, it's going to be a $6 six pack, but it will not taste the same. Just like what's happened with Goose Island, and I think you'll start seeing with a lot more of the Goose Island's the old one now. I think it's been about 5-6 years.
yeah, in tell you the truth, I think it's a horrible example because that was a one-off. None of the big boys that have bought another brewery or partnered with another brewery have done it that way again. That
They're
was
almost a mere deal, though. The
because
illegal deal, they bottom out completely. The money's just gone up. I mean, Breckenridge is completely owned by InBev now, and brewed by InBev. Wicked Weed's being brewed at Budweiser plants all over the country. 10 Barrel, I don't even know what they're doing. 10 Barrel they're using more as a brew pub.
and Breckenridge is a good example. I mean, people love their beers now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had the beers are fantastic.
Well, yeah, I like Breck, and I like this. But you go to the brewery, it tastes a lot different than that one.
Well, you could say that, but we had that conversation just before you jumped in. I mean, you could say that for a lot of beers, and you could say that for we just had the flip of that conversation because I've been to many breweries. Well, one specifically, but I have been to a brewery and had the beer at the brewery on tap, and it's not as good as when they bottle or when they can because they're not taking as much care. That particular bartender isn't taking as much care with the taps and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that that's all fine and good. I understand the difference in tastes when it comes to serving techniques. And, bottle or this or that. That's one thing. But my point is when you start affecting the ingredients, that's when the beer is affected.
Yeah. The ingredients don't.
You can't get past an ingredient if they start changing the ingredients to make these high-end beers cheaper, like they did with Goose Island. You start losing a lot of your drinkers, and I think 10 Barrel you'll see that probably go next. Elysian will probably be closer to follow, because those are guys that don't have these. Breckenridge will always brew some of their own beer because it's a massive brewery.
I mean, ingredient-wise, it's like you using fresh onions and then using onion powder. Like you're gonna taste the difference at some point. At least someone's along is gonna taste the difference.
Yeah, there's now you take some of these breweries, right, and then they make an agreement to have a partnership like that, or however you want to call it, and now all of a sudden they're able to use that bigger size distribution, right? So now their beer's available in more places, and now a year down the road, there's more demand for their beer, so now they have to expand in this way and in that way. That's all part of it. That's the reason why some of these breweries are taking the dollars. It's the reason why any business is taking the dollars. There's a lot of complaints with the Facebook takeovers, the Google takeovers, there's a lot of complaints in a lot of places, but that's part of it. Some people are only in business to be bought out. And that's the bottom line. You can be enjoying a product, whatever that product is. That product could be beer, it could be an app that you like on your phone, it could be whatever it is. And when it gets bought out, it's going to change.
Yeah, most businesses are. They try to get as big as they can until they can get bought out and go on to the next.
Yeah,
exactly. Like Golden Roads is a perfect example of that.
Yep.
They built the house just to get sold out.
Yep, he certainly did.
So it's we like our breweries like Stone and so forth that put out a real big stance that they're we're not going to we're not selling out, we're not this and that.
I think they're big enough not to sell though. That Stone's a big brewery. They make enough money not to sell.
Yeah, they've done it the hard way. They're pretty out there, with we're definitely not going to do it. So, but there's others that I think some people they get into it, and as they start hitting a certain level with their brewery, it might. We've seen musicians get to a point like this when they were small grassroots type of band. They were having a lot of fun, and it was more about the music. And as they got bigger and bigger and bigger, it was less about the music. And then they got
Metallica, but
they got turned off, and as they got less wanting to make music, the fans got a little more turned off, and I think we can see that happen with a lot of things that we enjoy, and there's breakups, and then there's people that go on their own and do something again, and you know what I'm saying. All these things happen. It's sad, but it's the reality of business and life and art and everything, really, right?
I was really sad to hear Trauma River closed.
They closed?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
closed.
Dang, are you serious, Zach?
Yeah, I'll send you an article right now.
Wow, when did this happen?
A couple of weeks ago, I think.
That is sad. Wow.
Who closed, Joe?
Chama River was one of the main craft breweries in Albuquerque.
That was actually one of mine on the table to try. That was one of those down the road ones because it was hard to get here.
Chama was excellent.
I mean, they had when you went into Chama River, and right, you could sit at the bar, and they had views into their brewing deal there, and right above that they just had stacks of medals. I mean, they just had them GABF medals, stacks. I mean, it's the only way to describe them. You could count them if you wanted to. You're going to be there a while because it's stacks of medals. I mean, they had so many fantastic beers. You were guaranteed to go there and have, wow, this sucks.
They were part of a partnership with another brewery, though, correct?
Yeah, Marble.
And, I think Marble's getting to that size to where, Marble is a very large force.
Yeah, Marble was supposed to be the sister, brewery to Chama, the bottling part of Chama. Wow, let me see this. I'm gonna have to read this, but in any case, I'm gonna have to go. We're gonna have to close this one out.
Long show today, huh?
Yeah, this is a long one for Friday, definitely, because I really need to get to bed. I'm getting really tired. So,
yeah, this is interesting. This article, I'm about to read this one myself.
Yeah, that's definitely. I want to get into that because that's, man, that's one of my favorite breweries. I mean, man, their IPA was just really good.
And the food, I thought the food was good too.
No, it was a great place to eat. Like I said, it was a pricey place, but it was definitely good. You could definitely count on whatever you had there being really good. It was their beers were fun.
Before we go, did you get my text the other night with the Falling Rock
Oh yeah, I did. I did. Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure that way you can look over it and be like, oh yeah, I don't want to miss that. You know.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes to figure out who in the hell sent this, and then I was like, "What the hell is
Yeah.
this?" You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I figured it out. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man. In any case, man.
But I'll put that in the chat for you, Tom.
Yeah, put that in the chat for me real quick before we close it out. Then I'll close it out. And man, this is sad news. Yeah, I'll leave that up there. And I'll read that later. Did you get it?
Yep. Just copy. Yeah. So Tom, check these out.
All right.
These are all the Falling Rock events during the GABF week.
Yeah,
That's kind of stuff.
There's a ton of events going on, huh?
There's a lot.
Oh yeah, and then did you see that video I posted about Stone had posted a video on how to take beer on a plane and how to pack for it. So in Google Plus, I had posted the link to that video so you can watch it.
All right, I'm gonna watch that because I'm trying to bring some beer over, a couple brews.
Yeah, they really good solution on there, and they talked about exactly what we were talking about, taking beer on a plane, and so he showed a way to pack 28 beers. So yeah, the video, there's a link to it in my Google Plus page there. So all right guys, we'll see you, man. Thank you to everybody who joined in, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah,
all right guys, later on, man. Peace.